Thank you for Percy. It's Wednesday night. It's podcast night. We got the mother of the here. Mom. Percy's adopted mom. Uh, you're here. We're so glad. This is you've been here before with Lauren. Yes. So this is going to be fun. Absolutely. Yes, and you chose the topic. I know. And it's 1950. What the hell are we going to do with 1959? You were 16. Dating college boys. You were not dating college. Yes, I was. And? No, hadn't met him yet. Oh my goodness. I don't want to know the rest of this. It's good. Yeah. I don't want to know the rest of this. You were not dating college boys. Yes, I was. Well, shame on you. Well, they were just 2 years older. Well, I guess that's about right. They were freshmen. Yeah. Where would they go to school? Guilford College. Oh. In Greensboro. And you went to Wake Forest. Yeah, but I was in high school. Yeah, when you dated college boys. Naughty. You never know what you're going to learn from your own damn mother. She was 16 dating college boys. Yeah. All right. I can't process that. This is. Love it when I shock you, honey. Yes, I know you do. So, I mean, we're doing 1959. You were 16. Yes. Let's skip the college boy thing. Okay. I hope they're all 10. They're all in their 80s. They probably are. Yeah. I picked 1959 because looking back, it was a time that all kinds of music were big. Yes. Rock and roll was in its infancy, more or less. Right. Elvis had started. Yep. Folk music was coming onto the scene. Yep. We still had like Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby and big band stuff. It was the primo time for all music. Oh yes, you had jazz. Yeah, jazz. Sure. Country was country. It really in 1959. Yes, it was. Yeah, and it was rocking. I mean, it was when I dug into 59. I'm sure Percy had the same thought. But originally, it was like, what the hell are we gonna do in 1959? I wasn't even born yet, and I'm going to be 60 this year. Now look, it's like it's some good shit that came out in 1959. There was a lot of good stuff. A lot of groundbreaking stuff. I will say that. Some groundbreaking.
A lot of it to me was the rockabilly stuff that evolved.
Yes, truly.
Rockabilly.
Truly.
Exactly. Do y'all have time? I have some fun facts.
Yeah, lay it on us.
A loaf of bread was 29 cents. A pound of butter was 29 cents. Pound of hamburger was 49 cents, and this will grab you. A gallon of gas was 31 cents.
How much was a handle of vodka?
That was not in my realm. Probably about $3, I would imagine. Maybe $2.
But how much was a bottle of wine? I figured you would have done that research.
I lived in a dry county, and I did.
Those were the greatest times.
But the booze in my house was hidden in the bathroom closet.
That's crazy.
It was. My grandmother lived with us, and she thought alcohol was the devil. Yeah, anyhow.
I've changed.
But I always thought that it was right behind the dance house. It started down there. Poor mama.
All right, what other fun facts you got?
Well,
how much was the quarterback? When jazz music came out, I mean, smoking marijuana.
Realm of experience. These are just a few fun facts. February 5 was the day the music died.
Yeah, Buddy Holly.
Yeah. 1959, American folk music was popularized by the Newport Folk Festival.
Yes.
Kingston Trio, Peter, Paul and Mary, New Christy Minstrel. I have seen all three of those, by the way.
That's great.
Getting started. Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, except they were still popular. Alaska and Hawaii became states in 1958.
Which that is highly significant.
Yes. Dwight Eisenhower was president.
Yeah.
Ben-Hur was the movie of the year. It won 11 Oscar nominations.
Charlton Heston. Charlton.
Yes.
Charlton. Yeah.
Yeah. American Bandstand. This was the show to watch.
I'm
People
sure.
knew the names. The girls all knew the names of the couples that were dancing on American Bandstand. Okay. Everly Brothers, Connie Stevens, Johnny Mathis, Andy Williams had hit songs. The top album was Kind of Blue by Miles Davis, and that blew my doors.
Yeah, it's a good album, actually.
It is.
Featuring John Coltrane on that album.
And I just listened to it this
week. That's the first time I ever listened to that album was this
and it was great. What?
Freddie the Freeloader on that album.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. Up there, Mom. That's your homework and everything.
Did. I heard it already.
All right, good girl. All right, so before we get started, let's thank our sponsors, Brimley's Family Pharmacy. They do a great job. You use them too, don't you? They're wonderful. Spices Smokehouse Crackers. We're going to give you some poppers to take home with you. And they're great. And Rusted Oak Bourbon Society, which you come to see Chrissy and I quite often on Saturday mornings. I'll be in Greenville, South Carolina this Saturday. But Percy will have,
we're having
there's a watch party, the Auburn basketball games at 3:00.
Yeah. 1 versus 2 in the nation.
Yeah.
And that's what I ever thought.
And never in a million years.
What happened to Duke and UNC? Why are they not in?
It's been a whole big flip-flop. Duke is still strong.
Yeah.
UNC is not doing.
That's sad. That's sad. I'm from North Carolina, by the way.
Yes. I know that. That makes me from North Carolina.
I would hope that you know that.
I was born because you were dating Dan. He was a college boy. So this is where all this comes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your dad and I were married his sophomore year.
Yes.
And
we had Janet. And senior year, y'all had me.
Yes. And that
1965.
Yes. And he had finished school in 3 years. Okay.
He's a smart guy.
We were living on $200 a month.
Yeah.
Our rent was $50. Y'all do the math.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if it weren't for Aunt Betsy, we would. Yeah, because she got a discount.
She worked at an apartment store.
Yes, yeah. we had discounted clothes growing up.
Yeah, y'all did.
We was poor. Well,
we weren't poor, but we were.
Yeah, and then we moved around all over the place. Lived in neighborhoods that had pimps in them.
Stop it.
Tough childhood. Gentry.
And as a grown-up, have moved. I put my stuff in a truck 17 times.
Yeah, we moved a bunch.
Yeah.
We used to say if there wasn't a moving truck in front of the Gentry house every
2 years.
Yeah. Something was wrong. So anyway, we wound up here and we're all better for it.
Well, and we love Albertville, Alabama.
Yeah, there you go. You got some more notes over there?
No, I'm pretty much done.
All right, well let's get this kicked off.
Oh, I'm anxious to share.
Okay. Honorable mentions. Percy, what do you got? 1959. Wow.
My first honorable mention is by a band that my dad really loved, and it was the Coasters. And it's
the Coasters.
Poison Ivy.
Yes.
We love that one.
That was just such a great, catchy song.
Didn't the Coasters do Charlie Brown?
They did.
As well? Yeah.
I love that too.
Yeah.
I know the words.
Yeah.
Oh, and what's sad, I have listened to these songs in at least 20 years, and I still know the words.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take a calamine lotion.
That's right.
My next honorable mention I've used before in one of our lists, and it's Lefty Frizzell's Long Black Veil. And that song's in the Library of Congress, and it's to me, this is what country music is about, is great stories. And it tells the story about a man getting killed, and somebody ran, and they said it looked like Lefty, which was basically singing the song.
Right.
And they asked him what was his alibi. If he had one, he wouldn't have to die. And he said, even though it meant his life, he couldn't say anything because he was been armed from his best friend's wife. And he just went ahead and died because he didn't want nobody to know that. And they hung him. And it's just, to me, and Wilkie can add to this, but it's country music. It's a story.
It's all about story.
Yeah.
Several covered it. Glenn's done it. And my last honorable mention is by a person that holds really dear to our area of the country. And when I say that, I mean Gunnersville, Alabama. And it's by the late great Ricky Nelson.
Yes.
And this is actually from a 1959 movie. And it will be on Apple Music, so it's on the playlist. And in 1959, Ricky Nelson was in the movie Rio Bravo.
Yes, John Wayne.
And him and Dean Martin sang the song My Rifle, My Pony, and Me.
I remember that.
And that was in the movie, and it will be on the playlist.
Awesome. Way to kick us off, man. All right, 59's got some happening stuff. Mom, what you got?
Okay. My honorable mentions. The Battle of New Orleans by Johnny Horton.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was the #1 country western song.
It was.
I still know all the words to that. This is sad.
No, it's not. It's great when somebody makes a song where you can actually learn history.
Yes. 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 Do y'all know that Andrew Jackson actually came through this area?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Its trails are all marked in Gunnersville. They
came down Turnpike Road.
sure did. I think we got it. We had a mark
Somewhere around
right on right there.
Oh, Hickory himself.
He was actually marking territory between Indian nations that were here. The Creek and the Cherokee.
I believe that is correct.
That is correct. So he was marking territories.
Okay, my second one is Mac the Knife by Bobby Darin.
Bobby Darin. That may have been the biggest hit of 59. I don't know.
9 weeks.
It probably was.
Yeah, it was huge.
I still know the words to
Good choice.
This is pitiful.
Yeah.
Okay, and this one I snuck in. Mike said it was okay. I really like folk music.
Yes.
And this is the Kingston Trio, the Ballad of Tom Dooley. It was released in 58, but it was #1 in 1959.
So it counts. We're letting that count.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you no, regardless.
We don't care if you pick a song from 1930. We're not going to tell you no.
Yeah. They're good. So you're within.
That's okay.
Not everybody gets a pass, but if you get it within 100 years, we'll give you a pass.
Thank you so much. Okay, it's my 3.
That's your 3 honorable mentions. Those are okay. We talked about this earlier. Miles Davis. Say what?
Oh yeah, I love that.
It's like an 11-minute song, and it's featuring John Coltrane. And if you're not a jazz fan, I would highly encourage you to step back for a minute and go and find this album. It streams and play it, and it will take you places.
That's me. I'm not a jazz fan, but
not either. And I listened to this album the other night, and I was like, I was sailing, man.
This is cool because Miles was the king of cool.
He was the king,
and that's the first thing I thought was this album's cool.
It is very relaxing to listen to.
It is.
Yeah.
So What was the one?
It's
I didn't know this.
Yeah. It was outstanding.
It's chill music.
It is chill music.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's on the Funko. He's one of the Funko Pops.
We do have Miles over there. We can get a good picture of Miles over there.
He looks like Miles. All right. My next one is Sea of Love by Phil Phillips.
Oh yeah.
And it was later covered by. It's been covered multiple times, I would think.
The Honey Drippers did that.
The Honey Drippers did it. Robert Plant did it. It was Jimmy Page and the Honey Drippers, which when I saw when that came out, and I remembered the original version, it's a great song, man. I mean, it had it going on. My last one, okay. This has special college memory. I'm going with Peter Gunn theme. Dun, 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 dun. And that's Henry Mancini did that. And that has been in a lot of movies. It was in the Blues Brothers. Uh, my fraternity, we had this thing. We chair danced.
That was Naked Gun too, was it?
It was,
yeah.
We chair danced to the Peter Gunn thing. So I won't get into that. But
I missed that.
I missed it. We didn't have social media and cell phones when I was in college, or y'all might have pulled me out.
Take much to entertain simple minds.
No, not at all. All right, those are honorable mentions, and now we're getting into top fives. What's number 5 for you?
Number 5 is from this little game I like to call What the Bug.
Oh,
I know.
And this is Under Your Spell again, by great vocalist. So we can
Man,
play
that guy's been around for a million years.
What the Bug.
man, he was older than I am.
He's
dead.
old he's dead. That's how old he is.
That's
dead.
old.
When you're dead, that's old.
Okay.
I think he's going to 39.
All right.
29, I think.
29. Oh Lord, he's 100 if he were alive.
That's a big if.
Yeah, yeah. All right, what's your number 5?
Smoke Gets in Your Eyes by the
Such
Platters.
a great song.
It was a great song.
Yeah. That's been covered in some movies. Richard Dreyfuss movie. It's a beautiful song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, my number 5 is by the Skyliners. Since I Don't Have You. Yeah. Oh, I knew that song. I mean, I've heard that song numerous times growing up. I didn't know who the Skyliners were. I didn't know that's who did it. So, it's a great song. Good music. All right. Number 4, first.
My number 4 is along the same countrysides, and it's by who some call the Frank Sinatra of country music, and it's by the great Ray Price. And
Oh boy.
It's Heartaches by the Number.
Yeah.
Great song.
And I know a lot of some of our listeners, they don't like country music, but the 50s, to many people, were the heyday of country music.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was real.
And Ray Price I consider Ray Price a crooner.
Mm-hmm.
They country music, but he made our crooner list.
He did.
And he had a great voice.
Yeah. Good choice. All right.
Well, I like harmony.
Okay.
Good harmony.
Don't we all?
Yes. But I sing out.
Love and harmony. Harmony grits.
Well, I love to sing in a group, but it's got really nice harmony. I do. This one is Come Softly to Me by the Fleetwoods.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Fleetwoods. I think I read about Fleetwoods.
Do not believe it's related to Fleetwood Mac.
I agree with you there. Yeah. I think there's no relations. Can't be.
Beautiful song.
Yeah, good choice. All right. My number 4, you already mentioned it. Smoke Gets in Your Eyes by the Platters. It's actually maybe from you got it too first.
No, I do not.
Loved this song for a long time, even before we decided to do 1959. Didn't know it came out in 1959 until this past week when we were doing research. But what a great that's a great slow dance song. Mm-hmm. That's a great I Love You song. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Nitty gritty time. First, you got it.
My number 3 is Ooh Wee Baby. Ooh Wee. Won't You Let Me Take You on a Sea Cruise?
Oh yeah.
By Frankie Ford. That's not a great sing-along song. I don't know what is. Especially at the first of it, where you get the feel of the ocean.
Yeah, you do.
From the sound. That's just a great sing-along song.
It is. Music from that era, there's a lot of sing-along stuff.
Exactly. And we talked about this a little bit earlier, that there were dances after the home football sock hops in the gym after the football games. And a lot of these songs were played.
Well, the 2.5-minute song was made for perfect. It was easy to sing, easy to learn.
Yeah.
And that was the generation of the 2.5-minute song.
Yeah, there were some lessons too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I picked this one because it was Elvis, and I really wanted him to be mentioned in this.
Right.
It's a big hunk of love.
It was, yes, that came out in 59. That was a good hit for him. Big old hunk of love.
Big old hunk of love.
Yeah, and then Elvis was sort of coming on to the scene in 59.
I remember watching him on Ed Sullivan.
Really?
I do.
Your parents let you watch it?
You are
Parents let you watch it?
Huh?
Did your parents let you watch
So
it?
that's
Hip and shake?
Yes, they were shocked, but they let me watch it.
Because I always remember when we would visit my grandparents, your parents. There wasn't no Elvis Presley on television. It was damn Lawrence Welk. We had to fight through that shit.
Did you sold of the was it Steve Allen when he sang to the hound dog?
Well, yeah.
Did you watch that?
I don't think so.
It's not a big deal when he actually sang. You ain't nothing. He sang. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Hound dog. On a.
Because it wouldn't let him swivel, wouldn't it?
They wouldn't let him. Yes. They wouldn't let him shake. So you have to sing this hound dog.
Right.
And waist up. So true. You look at the Super Bowl time show, and some of the shit was seen on TV. And then I was like, Britney. It's like regular around. Wow.
Everybody, this the best thing that happened to me during the Super Bowl is I had a mute button at halftime.
No, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. All right.
We got one thing to say.
Hey.
My first date, 15.
Was he in college?
No,
Right.
but he was a senior.
I'm coming after you.
What doing this?
Well, we went to see an Elvis movie.
Oh, did you?
I think it was.
You were 15, so that'd have been 58.
That's okay. You were dated 15.
As long as you were home by 8.
10 o'clock.
Oh,
We're gonna have to talk, young lady.
10 o'clock.
I think your granddad would be a lot more strict than that. What did he do when this guy showed up to pick you up?
He said hi.
Oh,
You know what? His name was Mike.
Shit.
Now it's getting creepy.
It's all coming together.
There's no connection at all.
You'll be on the couch in the morning.
My number 3 by the Flamingos. I only have eyes for you.
Beautiful song.
Yeah, it almost made my number 1. I mean, that song is that pretty. And it has stood the test of time, and it's been in commercials. You've heard it in movies. I mean, I don't even know if the Flamingos had another hit. Do you, Persh?
Well, no, I don't think they did. But you're talking about they standing the test of time. This past Sunday was the Super Bowl, and so many. You know how they do these side stories on these
Yes.
players? When they led into them, they used songs that were 30.
Oh
40
yeah,
They're not using
cool.
none of this modern crap.
No,
That's good.
they and whole list. If you look when the playlist comes out, these are all pretty much songs that have they've weathered.
They're still singing.
They're still
You
singing.
never tell how many times they've been covered.
I mean, for real. Whether it was recorded or not. I mean, so that's my number 3. I love the song. First, what's number 2?
My number 2 is one of my favorite artists, and it's Chester Burnett. It's the great Howlin' Wolf.
Howlin' Wolf. I knew he was going to have Howlin' Wolf on
And
here.
he had an album that was called Moaning in the Moonlight.
Yep.
And it's actually a compilation album, truth be told. But it came out in 1959. Now, a lot of these blues musicians, when they were on lower record labels,
Yes.
they would record albums and they would do well. And then they would get to chess with Leonard. And Leonard would like combine what they did before and release an album because he had the ability to push the albums.
Right.
And the song I'm going with is How Many More Years.
Okay.
That whole album is that album's probably got his most famous song, Smokestack Lightning.
Smokestack Lightning. We listened to the album last week.
That song, it's got I asked for water and she gave me gas.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
It's like 44, which has been covered by Clapton probably 5 or 6 times.
Yes.
But that whole album is a great album.
Good choice, man. Right. You're up, Mom.
Shout by the
Isley Brothers. Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of fraternity parties too. We all did. You know, you make me want to shout. Put your hands up and shout. Yeah, that's
Y'all
good
wouldn't have
stuff.
done that. Except for Animal House, y'all wouldn't have done that.
No, we did everything happened in the movie Animal House. Assure you that happened in my fraternity, and I am speaking truth,
I believe,
absolute truth.
I believe I was paying his tuition bills, by the way.
Oh yeah, well that was back when JSU stood for just show up.
But y'all,
Check, you could go to college too, and it wasn't very expensive. I did not have an expensive education.
we've said
It was
this
just, it lasted a little bit too long.
so many times. Mama tried.
Mama, I did try. Wasn't no point. Wasn't no point. Now, Janet, my late sister, rest in
She
peace,
got 3.
3 years with like a 4.0. Double major.
Yeah.
Straight A's, double major, 3 years.
Hard to follow that.
Spent 5.5 years, and they made me graduate, and they gave me a passing grade in algebra just so they would get me out of it. And that's a true story. Looked at all this shit and said, I ain't going to fucking college. Probably the most successful chick. But what he knew his skills were, he put to work and make money. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
crazy, 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 crazy. All right, that was your 2.
Yes, sir.
All right, my number 2. All I gotta say is thank goodness for John Lee Hooker. He debuted pretty much in 1959.
Great album.
The song I chose, and I got to see John Lee Hooker. You know, he played right up until his death. Those old blues guys, they played until they put him in the dirt and didn't even get tombstones. They dug a hole and threw him in there or in a pine box, and there weren't many tombstones, were there?
I've got a John Lee Hooker album. And you know who gave me that album?
I think I did.
No.
Who?
Your wife gave me that.
Amanda did, yes. So I'm going with Boogie Children.
Chillin'?
Chillin'. Boogie Chillin'. John Lee Hooker. It's great. I could see him in concert in Vegas. And they literally, 2 girls would bring him out on stage, arm in arm, sit him down, and he'd get about 3/4 of the way through the song, raise a finger and say, that's it, and do the next one. He played 45 minutes. They helped him off the stage. But this goes to my discussion about the guy played until he died. And
My favorite song off that album was probably Sugar Mama.
That's a good one too. Yeah. I like that John Lee Hooker voice. Man, that guy had it. All right. But we're at number ones.
Mhm.
Percy, what's number 1 for you?
Number 1 for me is by artist that was used in the film Ghostbusters. And it's the great Jackie Wilson singing Lonely Teardrops.
Love Jackie Wilson. That's a great choice.
And that was co-written by Barry Gordy.
So anyway, a little tidbit for you there. What's your number 1?
Venus by Frankie Avalon.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Frankie Avalon.
Yeah, that's
He
a-
was like a teen idol,
Oh,
wasn't
yes,
he?
absolutely. He was so cool. He was
Yeah.
so cute.
Here we go again. He's probably right out of college. You might have tried to date him.
No, he was out of my spirit at all.
Yeah, just wasn't He was in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carolina.
Yeah, hanging out with that's your number one.
Yeah.
Number one is the number one to me. Oh, it's your number one.
I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Frankie Avalon. Okay, my number one, I think, is the number one of that year, and it is by a legend. I mean,
do I know this?
Ray Charles.
I love that.
What I say, part 1 and 2, both parts, because I know person will get that right on the playlist. Ray Charles is, I mean, he's not Rushmore to me. And home growing up, you guys like Ray Charles. You saw him in concert. So I grew up listening to folk stuff because y'all like folk. You like Simon and Garfunkel, and you like Willie Nelson very much. But y'all had a love for Ray Charles.
Well, yes. I told you I saw him one time. This is when we were living in Green Bay. And he was enjoying himself so much that we were afraid he was going to fall off his piano.
Right.
Yeah. Super
All right.
guy.
So that's number one. Percy, do you have a pick?
I do.
I'm interested in this. How do you have Percy's pick from 1959? I'm curious.
It's a cover from a song from 1959. And the song is Chuck Berry's Around and Around. And the cover is the Grateful Dead's version of Around and Around. Many of the Dead fans do not like their version of this song. But the version they did from, strangely enough, they did from Duke in 1978. It's a great version.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the one, they were at Cameron Indoor. And that's going to be on the playlist. And I also want to mention a song that nobody's probably ever heard. It almost made my list, and it's Sonny Boy Williamson. He made a song called Your Funeral and My Trial.
Goodness.
That will be on the playlist. Anyway, that's my Percy's pick, is Around and Around.
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. Next week, we've got MTV Unplugged.
That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Kevin Murdoch's going to come back. You know Kevin. You rub his back all the time at the bar.
Well, I met him in the parking lot.
Hey, no.
No, you didn't.
No.
I don't want to hear about that. No.
No, that's not so.
So we're going to do MTV Unplugged performances. And we want to tell everybody, I mean, follow us, like us, follow us on YouTube, follow us on TikTok, all our on Spotify, the playlist. The podcast is on every streaming platform there is that we know of. But make sure if you're listening to follow us, like and follow us, share.
There's been some people that's had problems about finding the playlist. And one way to find it is follow us on Facebook. So we post the links on Facebook.
Right.
And another way is whatever streaming service you listen to the podcast, there is a link to the playlist and to the YouTube video podcast in the show notes. So you can just click on that and it'll take you to it.
Yeah, and the playlists are great. So they're fabulous.
Can I throw one song on it?
Yes.
I want to walk you home with Pat's Domino.
Pat's Domino. I know we had talked earlier.
Tell him about Robert.
Oh yeah, my Uncle Robert got to see Pat's in New Orleans on one of the cruise ships, I guess, or one of the boats. And he said that thing was rocking. The boat was actually like rocking up and down. So good stuff. Hey, good job, Mom.
I had a really good time. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've had like 8 glasses of wine.
That is not so. Very small glasses, guys.
So working on that. It's a big bottle, small glass. We can keep refilling. Anyway, we'll have you back again.
Thank you. I had a great
Maybe we'll
time.
do 1960. Maybe when we do.
Why don't we do 65 the year you were born?
Yeah, we'll do that. So, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. That was a terrible year for me, by the way. I've already looked at it.
You
I was going to do it for my birthday this year, but I looked at it, it was like 65's music was pretty shitty.
You know, I wore this ring tonight because it has this big little silver thing on it. But I wanted to remind you of your dad and his class ring that used to hit you in the head with.
Yeah, he hit like hell out of me and Bob with a. He turned the class ring upside down. That's all it took. Was one knock on the head. It was an attention to get at.
Couldn't get up.
You know, some of my favorite memories are when the three.
When Dad beat Nick on.
No. Some of my favorite memories when we were living here and you guys were in high school. And on Friday night, you'd come up and say, so and so spend the night. And I said, sure, as long as Mama said. Okay. And on Saturday morning, your dad would go down and
Do a head count. It'd be like 11, 12 days.
Okay, Sylvia start cooking bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some of my best times there.
Good stuff. Love that too. Good memories.
Yes.
Good memories. Man, good time tonight. Love you, Mom.
Love you.
We all love you.
Love my Percy and my face and Wilkie.
I love you too.
Yeah. Nothing but love in this room. Remember to follow us. And thanks again. All I got to say is bye-bye.